Hi everyone, I'm Katie, author of the upcoming novel Nico, available in May 2013. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this book. The third book in the series, the last book in the series. All the feels I was going through for this. It took me forever to actually read it because I spent like a day fondling the cover and just, being happy that it's here. Cover illustration still by Jemisin. So, the title of this book is Kingdom of the Gods by N.K. Jemisin. It's the final book in the Inheritance trilogy, set in the world like our own fantasy novel, and the blurb reads thusly. The incredible conclusion to the Inheritance trilogy from one of fantasy's most acclaimed new writers. For 2,000 years, the Arameri family has ruled the world by enslaving the very gods that created mortal kind. Now the gods are free, and the Arameri's ruthless grip is slipping. But they are all that stands between peace and world-spanning unending war. Shahar, the last scion of the family, must choose her loyalty. She yearns to trust Sia, the godling she loves, yet her duty as the Arameri heir is to uphold the family interest, even if that means using and destroying everyone she cares for. Alright, so the blurb makes it sound like that Shahar is the narrator doing all the talking, it's her thoughts and everything like that. But no, it's actually not. It's the godling, yeah, and he's the god of childhood and all that pretty much goes with it and stuff like that, so it's kind of more complicated, not just like happy dappy. It's kind of like discovery, well, basically childhood is really complicated, but I like how she, in case, set it up and everything like that. It went nice. The guy he made the pact with two of Arameri people. I hate saying the name. I kind of like skip over it when I'm reading it because I don't know, for some reason it's like really hard for me to say. But he made a pact with two other children that they're going to be friends, and some big epic thing happened that almost killed him, and so now he's kind of like mortal, and he's aging slowly every time he uses his powers and stuff like that. Not really like uses powers, but it's like there's triggers, and every time that happens, it kind of like wrecks him, and then he gets older and older and older and stuff. And so they're like friends. It's him, yeah, Shahar, and her name's kind of ironic, and Dakota, which if you read the first two books, which you should read, it's kind of ironic. It's fun, but they're twins. And because of the pact that I made, it almost destroyed a room in the castle and almost killed the kids. So one kid gets sent away, one kid stays in the castle, and he almost dies, but he gets saved by Nahados, who's the god of chaos and the night. I'm free now because him and Yin, well, actually, Yin is now god too, so they're all together. And in Tepes, he's roaming the earth, trapped in mortal farm. He's gotten his punishment. My sister, my littlest sister, thinks that he shouldn't be punished as harshly, but I'm like, he can go for a couple hundred years, mortal farm. He needs to learn his lesson. The other guy spent 2,000 years as a slave. A few hundred years is nothing, seriously. So I'm all for punishment. I'm a legal person. The end of the book, I couldn't do it. I read the end. I was like practically crying. Not really. I don't really cry, but I was suffering through feels. I couldn't read anything for at least 3 hours. I had to just think, oh, it's so beautiful and everything like that. And then, but it was fun. It wasn't over because it had a little extra short story with characters from book 2. Ori and Shiny. Anyway, Ori and Shiny, and it was sweet, and that gave me another thing about a field, and so I had to, put the book down for about 20 minutes, because after that, there was a sneak peek to her newest book, and I was like, oh. Yes, I'm a really big fan. I really found out, okay, I actually knew from the first book that I was going to be a fan of the series, but I found out I was a really big fan. It was like, in book 3, there's these people called the Marrow, and their continent got destroyed by the god Nahadol when it was being wielded as a weapon by the Arameri, and so their continent got destroyed and had to get relocated. And so after that, they named their sons after vengeance and their daughters after sorrow. So usually the daughters have names that means, you know, something sad and gloomy and stuff like that. And the sons have names basically like, kill them! And so there's a Morrow woman in there, and her name is Glee. And when I read it, I was like, Glee? Why is her name Glee? I got to say Glee. What's going on here? And then when I found out who she's the daughter of, I was like, okay, things make sense and stuff like that. But in the book, there's someone who, well, okay, in the previous book there was someone who was killing goblins with demon's blood. But in this book, this person who is like a godling demon who wants to be a god, so he's crafting this mask, and to do it he has to like basically destroy the whole world to get what he wants, because he's bringing in the creator of all things, even the gods. It's called the Maelstrom, and so he's trying to call it towards him, get some powers, rule the world, yeah, all that good stuff. And so he basically uses these masks to control people, and then they get superpowers, and then they do his bidding. He'll create terror, bring down the tree, a castle, kill people, you know, all the good literary stuff. And you know, of course, gets defeated in the end, but the twist in the end is awesome. That's why I had to see those for 3 hours. So, you want to read it? I suggest you read it. It's awesome. If you don't read it, I will give you side eye. I'll be like, why don't you read it? If you don't like it, well, that sucks. But I'll just find out if people like it. I read 5 stars out of 5, so go read it. It's good.